Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday. That means that we get initial claims out here this morning, Thursday, March 3rd. Tomorrow is the employment reports. The labor report. So we'll have to watch for that. We'll see if we get a lot of action into today or if we're kind of a little more quiet. Headlines constantly pushing us around. We've had a lot of reaction to news about sanctions and what other sanctions are going to be placed. Here's what I will tell you about. I think it's really important to watch for any news about further sanctions on energy and oil. If there is a full ban on energy and oil from Russia, I think that'll definitely spike our oil prices, so keep that in mind. But also look at other side like liquid natural gas, UNG, LNG. Those are really important ones to watch because we can export a lot of that. So you want to watch for the prices when that there was a bipartisan bill that went out last night. I didn't check the status of it this morning, but there was a bipartisan bill that was being drafted yesterday. And if that does go through here, I would, when that news came out that they were working on it, prices, especially in that liquid gas, natural gas,
EBY, Best Buy,
popped up really quickly. So keep an eye on that. So this is what we look like this morning. We're kind of pushing up a little bit even as we speak. Let me push this over here to the daily chart. Right, we're pushing up. We opened up very close here to yesterday's close, sitting on this fib line, on that trend line, pushing up. We have a bit of resistance to get through here at that 430 on the SPY. Let's go pop over there and take a quick look at that, and then we're going to look at some oil. Right, so we're just shy, I'm sorry, 440, not 430, 440. We have the 20 coming up here. This dash line is an area of resistance. There is a lot of dark pool action in that area as well. So we're watching for a push and hold of that 440 here for the next step up. Okay, let's take a quick look over at oil. You can see we continue to move in oil, both in light sweet and Brent crude. Oil prices. Here's the thing with oil. Do I think holding it over the night is the best? Probably not. I love the day trade idea. Eventually, we're going to wake up and oil is not going to be up the next day. But again, a lot of headlines out. I know that you might miss a really big move. Overall, this is something that we need to be aware of, that you can't just throw money in something and assume that because of geopolitical concerns that it's going to continue to go up, even if that's what the trend certainly appears to be, and by all common sense seems like it should be. Okay, a couple that had earnings. Let's just take a look at BBY. Best Buy up 8-9% here this morning on earnings, so that's a day trader waiting to happen. I think that one looks very good. From the other day, JWN, we'll see if we get follow through on that with big bullish gap pushed up. See if we get maybe anything through the close. Look at this big gap that we have here. So we have a funky little thing. We have a gap here, and obviously the remaining of the gap up to the top side here, which brings it all the way up to 30.79 through the 200. So some potential day trading possibilities in there. And then one that was pointed out to me yesterday, OSTK. This thing, it has moved really nicely, now stepped in this sideways pattern. See a little rest here on the fib line. I don't really ever play OSTK, but maybe something here to watch for now the move on. Okay. And then Starbucks. Starbucks started doing well with China reopening, so take a look at Starbucks. What I do like about Starbucks, it actually has a 3 coming up to the 8, and this morning, if you could see it, that 3 is pretty much kissing the 8 or really close to it. So watch for a move then above the 20. Really beat up stock here. So definitely one to take a look at for some day trades. All right. But let's go look at Target. Talked about this one yesterday a bit. Nice bullish gap. Held that gap post earnings. Held that gap beautifully yesterday and closed top side of the candle. We did put in not quite an inside candle, but a break to the top side of yesterday's candle is where I would be looking to play this for a continued move on toward the 200, and I like the April 230s in Target. Sorry. We also talked about plug yesterday. Yes, day before yesterday, it had an inside candle. Yesterday, we came in and put in another one. So nice move up and pretty little pennant forming here. Waiting for the move to the top side in plug, PLUG. I like the 25s in this. You might want to go and take a look over at some of those other charging like Blink. Blink does have earnings coming up in a few days, but very similar pattern. And CHPT, this one a little bit more downside, but still this might just be a nice little bull flag setting up in CHPT. I just stuck with the plugs there. I like the clean look of that particular chart. All right, basic materials, metals, all of these have been doing very well. Like this look in here. So it came up, and we had this big wick, and I wasn't really fond of that yet going into yesterday, but now we put in a doji on an inside candle. Like the look on a break above 48.79 here in FCX. You can, and I like the 48s in those. You can also look at some of these others that have just been doing really well. AA inside candle there on AA as we get ready to go ex-div, but nice look in AA. And new closed very strong top side candle yesterday. All of these great, looking great for day trades. I would stay very close to at the money and play them in April. And then there's SLB. I just like this one because it sounds pretty. Schlumberger. I like this on a move over the 20. We'll get that 3 pulling up over the 8, over the 20. So not quite a squeeze going on yet, but it's working its way into a nice little squeeze. Nice big move up, pull back, hit the 34, moving along very nicely. So take a look at that. A couple that I didn't find any options that I like on is Etsy. So Etsy's coming up, approaching this 50. Nice at post earnings, nice bullish candle post earnings, long tail, just stepping it up here, approaching that 50. Like the look. Now this could be setting up for maybe an inverse head and shoulders, so maybe another little dip coming, but one to keep on. You just keep on your watch and check it through throughout the next several sessions. I like ISRG. ISRG, you can see all of this resistance, which it finally broke out of yesterday above 294, making its way toward the 50. Bloom Energy, hanging here at the 20. Nice little pennant forming right there. A nice little wedge forming right there. Datadog made a nice move up off of the 50 yesterday. A little bit of resistance just ahead, but watch this. When it moves very well. Net approaching that 200, but look at this nice green. Constantly green candles. Looks like there might be a day trade in there, but just watch that 200. Be sure to watch the defense sectors. LMT came in. Big long tail yesterday. Open window candle, so keep an eye on all of these defense sectors. Northrop Grumman, keep an eye on cybersecurity names like Crowd, PanW, ZS. There's a whole list of them. All of these, this ZS actually really nice with that 3 coming up, trying to touch the 8. A lot of resistance right ahead, but I like the look in there. So keep an eye on all of that. All right, everyone, that is it for me this morning. If you have any questions, Heather C. at GivingTreeTrading.com. Just a reminder, I will be out all day tomorrow. All right, have a fantastic day.